So in the last video we were considering design in terms of the appearance and the layout of the website, and we looked at some examples in the exercise. Now we're actually going to go on and think a bit more about how you yourself can start designing and structuring the content of your website. And this is very easily achieved through a type of activity, which I'm going to show you now, through the use of working in a group and using post-it notes. But before we go into the exercise, we need to actually consider what are the considerations we need to be thinking about going into the exercise. So the first thing we need to be considering when thinking about our website, what is the objective of this website? What's the purpose of the actual users coming to it? And what do we want them to get from it once they've visited it? In terms of the audience, who do we want to come and use this website? Who's it targeted at? Is it something for small children, for adults, for academic learned people, the general public? That's another key decision we need to make. And then, when our users come to our website, what sort of tasks do we need them to carry out? Are there certain activities we need them to do, or forms we need them to fill in, or information they need to give us? And then also, what services do we provide and to enable our users to be able to achieve this? So, bearing in mind some of those considerations, I'm going to show you now a little bit of an example or an exercise that we actually carried out to design the careers website here at the university. So as I said, building upon those key considerations, initially we thought about what are the objectives of our website. Well, we know we want people to come to the careers website to be able to find jobs, think about ways in which they can gain experience, write their applications, start planning their careers, etc. Who's the website targeted at? Of course, it's targeted at yourselves, the students, but also staff have a functionality and a use for the website to get resources out of it and engage with the service. And also, of course, a key vitally target audience for the careers service are employers as well. So they're a key audience we had to consider. What sort of tasks do we want people to be able to carry out when they come to the site? Well, we want you to be able to find your resources, find job opportunities, but book onto events or book appointments, or just get in touch with the service. They're the sort of tasks we need us to carry out. And in terms of the services the careers service provide, well, of course, we have a wealth of resources that can give you advice. We run events, we have appointments, and of course we have our other My Career system that we want you to engage in. So, having carried out that initial analysis, this is what we can find. And just to prove it to you, here's some of the results we did when we were when we carried out this exercise. So having done that initial consideration, the first thing we need to do is then start grouping and putting these things together so they fit to find interlinking elements between them. So for example, in the bottom left-hand corner, under resources, we know we've got information on application writing, when it comes to appointments, wanting to book appointments, etc. So then we group them together, and having done that part, we can then fill in any gaps that we think we haven't quite covered within our analysis at this stage by adding further detail. So once we've done that then, that's essentially provided us some clear groupings and collections of areas of our website that we know we're going to want to have. And what we then need to consider are what calls to action or phrases do we need to use in the design in order to get you, the user, to start to engage in those areas of the website. Having made those considerations, this very then quickly and quite helpfully helps us go on to structure our own websites, or structure the website. So in terms of the career service, what we did, having with those considerations in mind, came up with these top level headings of getting started, gaining experience, CVs, applications, interviews, jobs and opportunities, and transferable skills. And once we've achieved that, we then unpack the rest of the content that we identified and how it can go underneath it. And then that happens across the site, and then we fill it out with any sub-content that we may want. But what you can see this has already given us, and quite clearly, is the top row could be the main headings or navigation links that we want at the top level of our website, and then when you've gone into those sections, the sublinks that we require or the sub-pages we may require within those areas. So this is a very simple process that you should now carry out in order to thinking about planning your own website for your event. Asking yourself those same key questions. What is What's the objective of your event website? Who are the target audience for your event? When they're on the website, what sort of tasks do you want them to carry out? And what services will you provide as part of your event and the website you are creating? So as I say, in the next activity, start to consider this more and eventually try and design a structure for your website as a group.